Welcome to this course, Manufacturing Technology, Second Unit 2, Lecture 23. Center Lathe, Metal Cutting and Machine Tools. This chapter is the I present in very detail, and some of the topic is given in this video, and the creative for the more technical knowledge. Agenda for today in this video: the length specifications, length specification, and some of in this topic is the understanding to you the most important to the consider for assumptions and the sum of specification of the length of the job and tool post, rotation of tools, reciprocating of the tool post, and the tail stock and head stock of the machines, and power transmission uh, is calculated to the all the elements of the machines and members. Add to for the support and location is the most important of the tools is selected for the feed rate of the tools, and some of the topic is present in very detail in this video. Let's specify some of standard parameter consider for this lathe machines specification. Some of the center lathe is given for the table is uh, okay. The this table is present is very brief in specification given to the lathe machine. Some of the center height and the specification considered for the Indian Standard Organization, and some of the uh, assumptions considered for the AS admin, the and ASSC. Suppose that the American Standard and Administrative all the consider for the summarize for the the Indians and the Americans standard specification consider for the length of the machines and the center height of the lathe machine is considered for the 250 250 feet 250 and the bed width of the 325 okay, and the size of available for in is the so is size of machines available in the 1650 mm, and the distance between centers and the 5 to 500, and the power capacity of 3 horsepower, and the spindle speed range 3, and the spindle speed at the 330 rpm to the 200 rpms, okay, and consider for the center height of the 300 mm, and the bed width of the 375 mm, and the size available for machine is the 4200 mm, okay, and the distance between the 3100 mm, and the power capacity is the 3 house 3 horsepower, and the spindle speed range of the 200 to the 550 rpm, and other machines is specifications is the center height of the 375 mm, and to say 450 mm, and bed width of the 450 mm to the 550 mm, and size of available of machines in 2400 mm to the 9600 mm, Okay, and the distance between the center of the machines is the 1000 mm to the 82,000 mm, and the power is required for the capacity of this machine is the 5 horsepower. Okay, and the spindle speed range of the 30 30 to the 350 rpm. Okay, 350 rpms, and the other machines is considered for the standard of the parameters is the 525 to and 600 of the center height of the machines, and the bed width is the 650 to 750 and size available for the 20 2400 to 9600, and the distance between the 800 to the 8000. Okay, or and the power capacity 7.5 to 10 horsepower, and the spindle range of speed 50 to 15 to the 20 rpms, and the other machine standard for the assumptions consider for the 750 high center height to the and 900 mm, and the width of the bed of the machines is 900 to the 1050 mm. Size available of the machines for the 2400 to the 9600 mm, and the distance of the bed of the machines is the 800 to the 8000 of mm, and power capacity of this machine is the 10 to 15 horsepower, and the rotation or the 15 to the 20, 200 rpms of the rpm of speed of the machines. Further specifications would be the based on the accessories used to the machines, tools, and the respective capacity. The capability of the machines and the very high machines is power required is very high, and the production of the job is the very high, and the production rate is the very increases to in this area. And suppose that the machines is the very standard, and the manufacturing operation and the very small, and the diameter of the tools, and the mm, height of the machines, length of the machines is very high, and the power consumption is also high, and the range of speed is the three the machine is size is high, and the range of the speed is rpm is the less. The add for the support and location of the machines, the work holding devices is available. Normally use should have to the following of the provide provisions of the machines. Suitable location is the very is selected to the depend on the production and the fulfill of the demand of the customer demand and market of demand for the Indian standard organization required for the product and design, and the metal capacity, and the tool is also used in the very strong, and the demand is the very fulfill. And effective clamping, this effective clamp is the also used in the holding of the job and holding of the tools, and tailstock and headstock of the machines is the all the clamp used in this machine in operation support when the required. This is the all the bed of the machines is the most important part of the machines is the supported for the all the elements, and the tool post carriage and head of the machines. Okay, the bed is also made of the machines is the cast iron, and other element made of the different elements. Okay, added for the sport. The most common form of the holding devices, the holding work holding devices also used in the different materials used in the making for the holding devices, and clamp, jigs, fixture. Okay, this is the material is very strong, and testing for the mechanical property is the very strong of strength and stiffness of the machines, and the less corrosion resistance of the machine, of the jigs and fixture of the lead holding devices. Lathe is the chuck is also depend on the machine various form, is the varying for number of jobs. There is the machines also depend on three jaw chuck of machine and four jaw chuck of machines. The four jaw chuck of machines is the very strong machine, holding of the workpiece is very stronger, and the job is the very important, and the special purpose of the operation on the machines required for the four jaw chuck, and the three jaw chuck machines is the holding of the workpiece is the medium work, and the varying for the number of jaws is required for the of these the three jaw chuck or the self centering of chuck, and this is the machines also for use the three jaw chuck and four jaw chuck all depend on the common factor of the machines. The main advantage of this chuck is the quick way in which of the typical round job is the centered. All the three jaw would be meshing with the flat scalar plate of the machines. The machines also used in the very of the cutter used in the different cutter used in the different manufacturing operation in consider for the machines. The rotating scholar plate through a leaf or the pinion would move all the three jaw racial inward or the toward by the some amount of the machines, and operation efficiency also increase of the machine, and the fulfill of the demand or the customer demand, and marketing warehouses all the transfer of the right quality of product design in the machines operation lathe machines. In the lathe machines is the main factor of the machines is generated to the more manufacturing operation at for the support and location. There is the three chuck of machines. Through it, the good for quick the centering. It has the limited in the machines. The gripping of the work for the machine in a very sharp accuracy and the gradually loads to due to the wear of the maintaining part of the machines, and it is the independent jaw of the chuck has four jaw which can be moved to the clockwise direction, and holding of the job is the very strong move the slot independent for each of the clamping for the speed clamp in any types of the configuration. This is the machines. This is the head of the machines, and this is the whole of the holding of the workpiece, and this is the chuck, the jaw of the machine, three jaw chuck and four jaw chuck of the machine. This is the the connecting to the chuck of the hold, and suppose that this is the chuck of the machine and holding of the workpiece. This is the tool post is the connected for the of the bolt in the jaw chuck of the machine. The workpiece is the very high diameter. Okay, the chuck is the also outside of the increased length, and the holding of the job is the very square. This is the, and suppose that I will This is the jaw. This jaw is the this jaw also. This the pinion on the thread of the jaw chuck is the very rotate for believe teeth and scholar plate, and the scholar plate wavels pinion. All the need consisting in this head of the jaw in the chuck of the machine. This is the very hard and of the machines. Since each of these the chuck would move independently, any regular surface would be effectively entered. The better accuracy in location would be maintained because of the independent movement of the machines. This is the jaw. Since each of the jaw would be moved independent of a regular surface, irregular surface of the machines, and step turning of the machines, and cylindrical surface, and the conical surface, all the generated, all the work is performed in the machines. Better accuracy is location would be required for the automobile component in machining to the is very easy in the manufacturing industry, and the in the ordnance factory of the all the all the component is the machining for the lathe machine is the very lathe machine operation is the very large component in the gun factory in Kanpur, ordnance factory Kanpur, in the barrel design. And the barrel design is the most length of the 10 meters, 10, 10 feet and 12 feet of an 11 feet of the barrel design in the lathe machines, and the boring machine for the other holding of the workpiece. And okay, the better accuracy in the location of the lathe machine is very strong application in this area. The Defense Research Organization of the Indian, okay, the Trija chuck are the principle for operation of the machines is the very strong and accuracy of the machines. As for the support of the location, there is the I present in this page for the forja check of the machines, and selected for the job and select for the forja check of the machines. And there is the most strong of the forja check. This there is the amplify the is the design of the chuck of the, okay, this is the chuck design, and this is the jaw of the holding of the workpiece. This this is the holding of the workpiece is the pinion and gear, okay. This the center of this is the workpiece. Suppose that consider for the workpiece, and this consider for the diameter depend on the this is the diameter of the chuck is the holding of the workpiece is suppose that this diameter and this diameter, all the diameter, different diameter of the job is holding of the chuck is the small size or diameter of the workpiece, and all the is increase for the diameter, different diameters of the job is holding in this machines is the very stronger, and the machine used for. There is the also one point is the also consider this is the point is considered for the this is the in this operation is the making for the threads of the very strong threads. Suppose that this is the design of the jaw of the screw. This is the jaw of the screw, e holding of the workpiece supported, okay. And jaw is the this very strong pinions and gear. This is the I consider to the rotate for the clockwise direction, and the workpiece hold it to the, okay, and this is the collar. This is the page of the collar. Okay, this is the collar. This is the collar. Consider for the collars of the bolt. Okay, this is the bolt and this is the collar. This the collar is also provided to the help. The collar is also provided to the holding of the job and rotating for the clamps. Clamp is the very easily hold to the jaw, screw jaw, and rotate for the workpiece is also considered the very strong. However, more times of the spent in the feature of spent for the jaw of the 4 jaw and 3 jaw of the machines. This is generally used for the heavy workpiece and for any significance the very high workpiece and the small workpiece. Both side of the workpiece is holding in the chuck and a very small and rotate, and machines is also power transmission to the chuck and rotate for the rotation and the RPM in the RPM of the workpiece, and tool post also work for parallel to the axis of the rotation. Okay, and the 3 4 jaw chuck is the would be reversed for the clamping large diameter workpiece. Okay, and for support for the location, the soft jaw of the support for sometimes used in this chuck for the clamping surface of the component. Those surface is already finished and which is likely to the dis- disfigurify the hand surface of the machines and use for the check of the holding of the workpiece and the motion provided to the motion of the chuck and the that depend on the tools of feed rate directions, and tool post also rotate for reciprocating motion vertical to horizontal and general depend on the motion is the depend on the operation of the operation, and other is the diameter of the workpiece and the side of the tail post also reciprocate is the, and the other component 3 jaw chuck and 4 jaw chuck. This is the machines is the holding for the machines depth holding of the machines in the chuck. This is the head of the machine. Okay, head of the machines, and this is head is the chuck. Okay, chuck is this is the holder to the workpiece. This is the workpiece diameter of the workpiece. Okay, and the this is the chuck is the also used for the this is the holding of the job. This is the step of the holding of the job, and tool is also feed read. Feed direction of the tool is, okay, right side, left side, and the tool work for perform to the depth of the cut. This is uncut chip uncut of the job, and this is the cut of the job. Okay, finish of this is the finish of the job, and consider for the this is the depth of this is cut for the depth of the tools of the cut, the check and reviews for the jaw of the machines. The the check is the rotate for the clockwise direction. This is the jaw rotate for the clockwise direction, and the tool is the only cut for the metals. Okay, cut for, however, in the case of long component, this is the center of the machine. This is the center of the this is the center of the workpiece of the center of the diameter is the supported in the this is the tail. Suppose that the this is the tool post. Okay, this is the tool post provided to the support of the tools, and this is the tail stock also support for the workpiece. Okay, and it done for only one end, because is the case the chuck is chuck is the support for the holding of the workpiece and provided to the rotation, and telestock also support for the job in other end. Should be is the difficult for the influence of the cutting forces, and tool is the also apply for force of the cut of the diameter of the depth job. Okay, and this is the add for support of the other component of machines is required. Okay, I will the add for support for location. This is the location of the job, and through these are the center holes. This is the holding of the workpiece. This is the workpiece. Okay, this is the workpiece, and this is the tool of the this is the tool work performed to the in angle. Okay, this is center of the angles. Tool work perform the the inner diameter also hole is increased for the internal diameter of the workpiece. And suppose that I will be in the this is the the deck of the this is the chuck of the machines, and deck plates also used in the leaf center. Of this is the leaf center of the machines, and this is supported, and this is the workpiece. Okay, this is the workpiece diameter. Okay, this uncut chip of the diameter, and there is the consider for the depth of cut. Depth the depth of cut is this. Okay, and this is the feed rate of the this is the tools is the feed rate is cut for the metal. Okay, the cut for the metal is the, and if, the tool is in motion provided to the is the pilot to the axis of the rotation of the workpiece, and dead of the center. This is dead of the center of the workpiece, and this is the tool post. This is the tool post of the machines, and this is the tool is the also work performed to the angles of the rotations, and okay, center holes locating between the center of the center to center, this one center to another center. Okay, center to center fix of the job in position. The center location in the spindle is the term leaf center, while the telestock of the term is dead center. The dead center also known as the telestock of the machines. Okay, and the leaf center is the chuck of the head of the machines. This center is generalized finished with the most tapered, which is fit into the tapered hole of the spindle of the telestock. Leaf center rotate with the leaf center also known as the headstock of the machines, and rotation. The headstock is the also power transmit to the head tailstock to the head tailstock, and carriage. The carriage is also used in the support for the tail post, tool post, and tool post is also support by tool. The tool is also select for the directions of the motion and feed rate. All the some of the factors depend on this occasion. Leaf center rotate with the workpiece is the hence for the remains of the soft home material cut for the metal. Add for support and locations. Other component in present in this all view, such that cases for revolving the center are used in this operation. This is the tools. Okay, this is the tool telestock of the machines, and this is the cone is supported for the telestock of the job, and this is leaf center. This is the leaf center. Leaf center also provided the tapered shank more tapered of the machine. This is the tapered angle. This is the tapered angle is the 60. points. And the leaf center means the head stock of the machine. Dead center is known as the tail stock of the machine, tail part of the machines. And this is the head of the drive plate. This is the provided to the motion and driving of the, this is the head center of the machine, head stock of the machines. Okay, head is the provided to the rotation of the chuck. And this is the holding of the clamp, bent tail or length of drag of the this is the workpiece. Okay, this is the workpiece. And this is the tool post. This is telestock, and this is the telestock also supported for the workpiece. Okay, this is the support for the workpiece in this position. And perform to the workpiece of the tools. This selected for the tools is suppose that this is the tools and perform to the work. This is the tools. Okay, this is the tools on perform to the work on the in this point on this job. Okay, the leave center of the machines. And the in bearings would the rotation of in this center for amount in roll bearings. Thus is the rotate fly for reducing the heat generation at the tailstock. In case there is a facing operation, fishing operation is to be carried out with the center. A half center would be sometime to be used in this operation machines, and the selected for the job and rotate for the operation. And the duck carriage and receiving for the center, half center. And the study of this job, and very strong to the motion, and provided to the manufacturing operation is the very strongest. And support for the all the batch productions, and also and special purpose of machines operation in this jobs. Okay, in this manufacturing operation. And for support for location, and the machines and plant layout and plant location is nearby the market, selected to the nearby market. And the present in the many factors of the plant. Suppose that power, electric power also available nearby the plant. And water, health facilities, and educations, banks easily provided the finance. And the other healthcare centers and related to the industry and plant nearby this plant. Okay, and marketing the easily available for raw materials availability is also in nearby the plant location. And okay, all the factors is very important selected to the plant before planning. Okay, select for the plant. And see for the other factors is see in before factors in this location. The most of the clearance form is smooth and have are the 60-degree surface large enough to be consist of which of the diameter of the workpiece is rotated. The diameter of the increase the workpiece, and the length of the machines also increase. The range of speed of the workpiece is the very less. Okay, for however work this may be changed for the 75 to 90 degree and of the tool work perform. The beginning must be take place for the check sunk surface not be bottom to the drill holes. Suppose the drill tools are used in these machines, and drill milling machines are creating for the threads of the machines and other machines holes. When the job become very long, and very long job is the provided to the manufacturing in this operation, it is likely to deflect because of its on the weight, as well as due to the cutting force acting way from the support provided by both of end. The very large job is the supported for the chuck and the tail post and other last center of the dead center also support for the workpiece. And this manufacturing of system is very successful, and the when the design of the likely to the very strong because it's on the weight as well as the due to the cutting force active away for the support for the tools and clamps. All the job is very strong supported, and the workpiece is the tool is also to supporting to the workpiece and the maximum deflection of point. Sometimes the study of fix of the carriage is also fixed and given for the rotation feed rate according to the feed rate and direction of the tools working, and feed rate also carriage is also moved that move with the tools this effectively compensating for the acting cutting forces are also required for the tools to require for the tools, and the work performed to the tools and carriage is also moved. Okay, some of the point of the lathe machines is the very purpose of the machines is the very production rate of the machines. Thank you so much.